Warning: improper installation, adjustment, alteration, service, or maintenance can cause property damage, personal injury, or loss of life. Installation and service must be performed by a licensed electrician. Of the temporary power. And so we put a little lock on here. I don't have the lock for it right now, but she's all set up. She's been running here for about 6 months or so, 4 or 5 months.
Here this morning putting together our service pole for the job site here at the office. So we got this IPL diagram for how they want the pole set up. So you got the meter height for us, also the bracing for the pole to keep it up, and how deep they want it into the ground, that's not important how deep right now, just important how we set it up. And they want at least 13'6" to the top of your riser. This is the weather head that we get ready to put on. It goes to the top of the pole up here. And as long as from the ground to the top of that, we got 13'6", we should be good with our service. Now, how many of these we done before? I ain't gonna tell you. But we're gonna put this together today and show you guys how it's done. All right, so we got some stuff laid out here on our pole here. Already marked, measured 4 foot from the bottom of the pole and put a line here, right? And then from here, I marked there, measured up to 5 foot, which is right here. So we're going to screw that here. And then next we'll be mounting this box here. There's no certain distance we gotta have from here. We can go all the way close to here if we want to, but we're gonna give a little bit of space there. And then this is the meter box. This is the box, the 70 amp breaker panel we got. It's gonna house our breakers to control the power and everything, to cut it on and cut it off. And also there are trips if something was to happen with the wire, where they ground it out, it would trip that breaker so wouldn't nobody get hurt. Also, the second precaution we have, we're using GFI plugs, and these is for water or grounding as well. And so they're going through this box here, just gonna be mounted right below here. Like
so
that.
Yeah, so GFI stands for, what does GFI stand for?
Ground fault interrupter.
Ground fault circuit interrupter.
Yes, ground fault circuit interrupter.
And so this is also a 70 amp meter base. And so they call it a load center.
Yes.
And we got one piggyback double amp 20 amp breaker, and then we got another, so 60. This box is rated for 70, and so we're gonna put three 360s in it.
And we have our wire here. We're using aluminum wire. We can use aluminum. A lot of people have been doing with copper, but we got aluminum wire here that we got to
just for our temporary pole.
Yeah, for the service from the IPL pole down to this pole here, which is gonna bring that juice over.
All right, so we're gonna get working here and start putting this bad boy together.
That's right. See you back, Cliff and Cliff. Okay, so we ran into a snag this morning with our meter base. Has too many holes where water can infiltrate, and we're not putting screws to these holes here, so we're gonna replace it with a new one. Also, we need to go get our conduit to connect the load box to the junction box where our plugs will sit at. So those two things we're missing. Be back in a little bit.
All right, let's go get it. About to forget the glue, ain't you? So you got the 100 amp box, you got the offset for the outlets to connect into the meter base, or not the meter base, but the load center. But you forgot the glue.
We were gonna forget the glue. We both together.
Right.
Well, that's why 2 brains is better than 1.
All right, so we just got back here to the office. We made our Lowe's run. We got our new our meter box. You see it's fresh, no holes knocked out yet. We just got done putting in our what do we call this here?
Male coupling.
Male coupling with the connector, and with, you know, you get your knockout,
Your screw ring.
and your screw ring screws around that coupling.
Put the new hub on.
New hub. We're using a what, 1.5 inch?
Yeah.
1.5 inch hub. This didn't come in a box, did it?
Nope.
All right, so you got to buy your hub separately and your coupling separately. And now we're getting ready to and show them something like show them why you want to space it like you want. Why you want space here?
Well, on Facebook, we ever got to change our hub. You can get a screwdriver in here to unscrew it without going through a bunch of mess to get it loose.
So you only is that where you gonna space it at right there?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave like at least 11 inches here between. Here's what I came up with. So yeah, about 11 inches right there. We'll make it.
Okay, sweet. All right, now you need me to cut some pipe, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna cut this. We got this 10-foot conduit, 1.5 inches.
What is this here? Exterior conduit pipe. Let's say
For electrical.
all right, underground or outdoor anyway. You can do it for electrical. You bought 10 foot of that?
10-foot stick.
All right, perfect. Now I'm about to get this cut.
With our DeWalt saw.
Right, okay.
Let's go.
All right, so actually we didn't end up doing it at 11 inches. We ended up going at 7.25, I believe. And we just put that solvent cement for gray PVC in between the two couplings.
We got the wiring.
Oh, and so he's already went ahead and wired it up, the box with our GFI outlets. So let me know what's going on here.
So far right now we got the
Well, what's
12-2 wire.
you see this 12-2 wire?
This 12-2 wire we ran from the breakers down through the conduit into the switch to the outlet boxes to hook up the GFIs, which is the ground fault and
Circuit interrupter.
sucker interrupters. And so you take you have two bare grounds
Coming
coming in, and then also your 2 white neutrals to complete the circuit with the 2 blacks to get power to your breakers down here. Okay, so I'm gonna put the other one on here. You want to about each ½ inch of wire insulation off to make your connection to your breaker.
One thing I didn't understand before, but you got to get the breakers that matches the box, whoever the box manufacturer is. Whoever your manufactures the Lowe's center box, is that right?
Yes.
So each breaker is custom, proprietary to the box.
Give it a little tug, make sure you're good. Cut this off just a little long, shorter than that. Just so it fits in my box. I like my wires and things to be a little neater, so cut this again.
It's always good to be a little bit longer initially, then cut back shorter if need be. You can't make wires longer.
Nope. Again, just give a little tug, make sure your wires are good.
And just clicks in or what?
Right over the bar.
Can you just pull them out if you need be?
Yeah, you could.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, and it's very important to understand that none of this stuff is hooked up. We just running the wires.
Yeah. Okay, so now we gotta put in our
Service wire.
service wires in. We kind of do a little measurement. Let's see what we got. So we go. We'll make it 20 and then cut them off as we need.
That's our service wire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You about to cut some of this wire?
Yep.
All right.
Hold that 20 there for me. And hope we got enough power in our Sawzall. Where's it?
That's over there.
We can cut through all this here a little easy. There we go. Just put a little bit around it. Make sure you get get it coated. Okay. Slide it down. And this is our.
You already got it unscrewed?
Yeah, loosen up a little bit. Maybe be a little bit looser.
Wait a second. You already want to screw down our box first?
Think we should? Probably should. I already got the steering now, so I'll screw this one down. We're ready to go. Gotta slow down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So we just put the knockouts out. So we're ready to screw this box back on, and we have to screw it down here to the pole, secure it. This might be one of the nicer, I don't think it's some temporary electric poles, but sometimes they just kind of do what they want to do. Go to your Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and search for temporary pole. You're gonna find a dozen of them made up any kind of way sometimes.
Absolutely.
This is some pretty thick wire.
This is.
What gauge is this here?
This here is number, I think it was number 4 aluminum.
Number 4 aluminum.
Yeah.
Okay, so stripping this wire back so we can get us a connection going.
Okay. Again, we'll put the, have to make sure ain't no wire, no insulation in between where you're gonna be putting it in at. Looks pretty clean on all 4 sides. Well, I should say around the whole thing. There's not no 4 sides to it, but
What you looking for?
my flathead. Here, I'll hold it. And back over the loop, the hanger, and then into the groove. And that's one. Red and black stripe on it.
So which wire is this here for?
This is gonna feed the power to it. This here was a neutral ground, but this one here will feed power over to from the meter to the load center.
Okay.
Okay. So we got all the wires in for our breaker, for our load center here. We got the hot to neutral feeding to the main lugs.
Which
here.
one's neutral?
Neutral's here with the white stripe on it.
Okay. And what's the middle wire?
These two here are hot, and they can go on either side. Makes no difference if you put one on this side or the other side, but they still serve the same purpose.
Okay. And so this is hot, and this is hot here. So this is hot, and this is hot. All right.
Okay. Need you a nice sharp blade.
That's important, huh?
Yeah, it makes it a little easier to get your wires off. Not the wire off, but the insulation cover. Sometimes you gotta be persuasive with the wire because you don't want to do what you want to do.
So right now you landed in the red hot to where it needs to be at.
To recommend. Go ahead and loosen it up.
It needs to loosen up all the way.
Yeah, this little thing come off then once you loosen so far. So there we go. Put it right in there. There you go.
We're gonna land this wire on that other side, the other hot. All right. So I went ahead and stripped the ends of the wire. Now we're gonna feed this this wire on down. He's feeding this wire through this through our riser pipe. There it is.
Got all three of them?
Yeah. All right, so we are all wired up now. And so we got our neutral wire and our 2 hots, and we just replicated the same for our riser head. And so we pushed our wires from that end. We pushed our wires from that end on down our conduit. Got our neutral and our 2 hots. Just connected those. Put on that anti-oxidating compound, anti-oxidation compound on those 2 wires as well. And so now he just glued on the weather head. And now we're gonna screw down this, screw down the conduit. And so the next video you see is us putting this bad boy in the ground. Here is the final product of the temporary power. And so we put a little lock on here. I don't have the lock for it right now, but she's all set up. She's been running here for about 6 months or so, 4 or 5 months.